Hey, hockey fans, how's everybody doing? Saturday was a tough day in hockey for best bet Ed. Definitely not as good as Friday was. Friday, we started the weekend off really strong, and then Saturday it just fell apart. The only bet that I hit on Saturday was the Montreal-Nashville over 5.5, which was good to hit that one because none of the parlays nor my best bet hit. So best bet goes to 9-12. Current one-game losing streak. Best overall picks were 4 and 8, so that record goes to 81 and 54, and parlays go to 10 and 23. So let's see if we can do something a little better on Sunday. Sunday, November 21st, there are 7 games on the board. First game, we got the Minnesota Wild against Tampa. Tampa has Brian Elliott confirmed to be in net for this game. They're 7-1-2 with a current one-game losing streak. The Minnesota Wild are 6-4-0, current one-game losing streak. Kappa Kakkonen listed to be in net for the Wild. Tampa, one of many teams here that are playing back-to-back hockey this weekend. They lost 5-3 to New Jersey. They were 1-for-4 in their power play in that game. They had a 3-1 lead going into the third, but then 4 unanswered goals, 5-on-5 play in the third, ending that 9-game point streak that Tampa had going on. Minnesota off a game against Florida Saturday when they seemed to chase the entire game right from the beginning till the end. They fell behind, and then they just kept playing catch up and fell behind, playing catch up, fell behind to this Florida team, which is the only team in the league now not to have a loss on home ice. They were 1-for-2 on the power play, the Wild. Shots on goal were 39-37 for the Wild. They're still in first in the Central, and I think they played a pretty good game against Florida. I mean, that game could have went in their favor. Florida, though, credit, I mean, they played a good, strong game. It was a good hockey game. I think probably one of the better hockey games that were on Saturday's slate anyway. This is the first of 2 games. Minnesota has won the last 4 times these teams have met. Money line, Minnesota plus 145 or 2.45. Tampa minus 165 or 1.6. Over under set at 5.5. I'm going to go the visiting team here. I'm going to go the visiting dog. I like the value of the Wild at 2.45. I'm going to take Minnesota to win game 1. That's my pick. Next game, we have Buffalo taking on the New York Rangers. The Rangers have Alexander Georgiev listed to be in net. They're 6-2-2 with a current one-game winning streak. Buffalo has Dustin Tokarski listed to be in the pipes. They're 3-6-1 with a current one-game losing streak. The Rangers last played on Thursday, a game against Toronto. New York only won 20% of the puck drop battle in that game. And they also gave up a power play goal. Final score 2-1 for Toronto. Ryan Strome with 5 assists in his last 5 games. Kreider with 4 goals in his last 5. They sit alone third in the Metropolitan. They're having a good season. They're definitely competitive, and they're finding the back of the net quite good. Buffalo, they played the hot Calgary Flames in their last match when they suffered a 5-0 loss. Buffalo, yeah, they got an intense 5 hockey games in the next 7 days, so they're going to be playing a lot of hockey. They haven't proven to be that good of a road team yet. I think they've been a better home team so far this season. This is the first of 3 games. Money line, Buffalo plus 190 or 2.9. New York minus 230 or 1.43. Over under set at 5.5. You got to like the Rangers here. Panarin, he was off the no points in that last game against Toronto, so I looked at him to get a couple points in this game against this Buffalo team. And Georgiev is going to be looking to have a better game than he's had. He hasn't really played a great game yet this year, so it'd be nice to see him have a nice outing. But I definitely like the home team here, the favorite, the New York Rangers, to beat this Buffalo team. That's my second pick. Third game, we've got the hot Calgary Flames taking on Boston. This could be a really good game. Boston has Jeremy Swayman confirmed to be in net. They're 6-4-0, current 3-game winning streak. Both these teams on a little winning streak. Calgary has Daniel Vladar listed to be in net. They're 4-2-4, current 2-game winning streak. Two teams, like I said, both having some good success. Boston with a 5-2 win over Philadelphia here on Saturday. Both these teams playing back-to-back hockey. They outshot Philly 44-31, and like I said, they won that game 5-2. That was their third win. Probably the nicest of the 3 games they played. Derek Forbort with 2 goals. Thomas Nosek, Craig Smith, and Pasternak each with a goal. The Bruins come into this game with a 6-1 home record. Really strong home team so far this year. Calgary, they just keep rolling along. Another W when they defeated New York Islanders in their home opener, 5-2. Calgary was on the board first, and yeah, they kept the lead right through the entire game. 2 for 4 on the power play. Markstrom with another great game. Mangiapane with numbers 13 and 14 for the season. With both Markstrom and Vladar playing really well, they sit second in the league for goals against. And I mean, Vladar facing his old team here, so he's going to be looking for a really good team. Calgary is actually the dog, the visiting dog, plus 150 or 2.5. Boston minus 170 or 158, definitely the favorite. Over-under set at 5.5. I like another visiting dog here. I don't bet on Calgary too often, but I like him in this position. This is going to be a good game, and I'm going to take the dog, visiting dog. That's my pick. Next game, Toronto against the New York Islanders. The Islanders playing their second game in their new arena. Sorokin, I think, is going to be in net. They're 4-5-1. Current 5-game losing streak. Toronto 8-2-0, current 1-game losing streak. Joseph Woll, the young rookie, to be in net here for Toronto. I think he's been confirmed. And like I said, the Islanders, they had their home opener spoiled by the Calgary Flames Saturday when the Flames won that game 5-2. Brock Nelson with the first Islander goal in the new arena and the second goal. I mean, they had lots of opportunities and penalties. They could only convert on 1 out of 6 opportunities. New York sits in last place in the Metropolitan and has been hit hard with COVID. They're missing a bunch of people. On top of that, some injuries. So they're definitely a depleted squad here. But they didn't look terrible against Calgary. I mean, there were moments where I thought they looked pretty good. And there are some new guys they called up, so they're getting more and more familiar. And Trotz is going to be working with the guys on that. So you have to believe in that. Toronto also coming off a loss. Surprising loss to Pittsburgh, actually, 2-0. Before that, they had won 5 in a row. Austin Matthews with 7 points in his last 5 games. Morgan Riley with 3 goals in his last 5. First of 3 games. Leafs in second place in the Atlantic. Yeah, they're 7th in power play, 3rd in penalty kill, and 4th in goals against. Money line minus 115 for Toronto or 1.86. New York minus 105 or 1.94. So fairly even here. I'm going to over-under set at 5.5. I'm going to look to the Islanders to get a win in their new arena. I know they're a depleted squad right now, but Toronto didn't look that good against Pittsburgh, and I don't know what's going on there, but we'll see. On Sunday, I'm going to take the home team. Again, it's a dog, a little bit of a dog, not much. Pays 1.95 or minus 105. New York Islanders to win the game. That's my pick. Next game, we got Chicago against Vancouver. Vancouver has Thatcher Demko listed to be in net. They're 3-6-1 with a current 1-game winning streak against Chicago. Marc-Andre Fleury back in net. They're 5-5-0, current 1-game losing streak. Vancouver won 3-2 against Winnipeg on Friday. Canucks came out strong, took an early lead, and they didn't let go. I mean, it was a good win for them. They were outshot 39-29, but the power play was really strong for them in that game. They were 2 for 3, and Demko played a solid game, stopping 37 of 39 shots. It was a first win after 5 straight losses for the Canucks. Chicago, they had their first loss under the new coach. I believe that was the first loss under their new coach. Back-to-back here Saturday was a 5-2 loss to Edmonton. Alex DeBrincat with both goals in that game. 3 in the last 5 now. Patrick Kane with 6 points in his last 5 games. Chicago's looked really good. And Marc-Andre Fleury, I mean, the last 3 games he's been in, he's won. So this is the second of 3 games. Vancouver won the first match between these two, 4-1 on October 21st. Money line plus 115 for Chicago or 2.15. Vancouver minus 135 or 1.74. Home team is favored here. I like the visiting dog. I like Chicago to come in here and win this game. Over-under is set at 6 for this game. And I think I might look at the under. Marc-Andre Fleury's been playing really well. And Thatcher Demko, he looked really good in that last game as well. The under pays -110 or 1.9. And I do like the under for this game. Next game, number 6, we've got Washington against Seattle. Seattle has Philip Grubauer listed to be in net. They're 2-8-0, current 6-game losing streak. Washington has Vitek Vanacek listed to be in net. They're 6-2-2, current 2-game winning streak. Seattle has the longest current losing streak in the league right now. Friday was their last game against Colorado, and it ended in a 7-3 loss. Tough schedule for this team. Jordan Eberle trying to produce for the team. I think he has 6 points in his last 5, 3 of those being goals. Seattle sits in 32nd in goals against. Their goaltending has really suffered in their back end. I mean, I don't know what they're going to do. They're going to own last place in the league here pretty soon because Arizona's playing a little better hockey. Washington, they played San Jose Sharks on Saturday, and they won 4-0. It was kind of a late game for Washington. Ovechkin with a pair of goals and an assist. He just keeps on rolling. 1 for 3 on the power play. Samsonov with the shootout. Washington only 1 point behind the Carolina team in the Metropolitan Division. They have won 6 of their last 7 games. Garnett Hathaway with 5 goals in his last 5 games. John Carlson with 5 assists. 6 for goals. 4 solid in third as goals against. Money line -130 for Washington or 1.76. Plus 110 for Seattle or 2.1. Over-under set at 5.5. I like the visiting team here, Washington. I think it's just too much hockey for Seattle, and their schedule is really, really tough, and I just can't see them beating this Washington team the way they're playing. Washington to win the game, that's number 6. Last one, we've got Arizona taking on the LA Kings. Jonathan Quick listed to be in net for LA. They're 7-2-1, current 2-game losing streak. Arizona has Scott Wedgwood listed to be in net again. They're 3-6-1, current 1-game winning streak. LA played an early game against Carolina. It was a good game, but they took a 5-4 loss. Kings outshot Carolina 43-20. They outshot them 20-3 in the last period in the third. All goals scored in the first and second periods of that game. There were no goals scored in the third period. It was a real back and forth game. Goaltending has kept the LA Kings in a lot of these games, currently in 7th for goals against. The Kings need to find the back of the net. That's been one of their struggles. They've been playing some good hockey, but not getting enough goals. Yeah, they're falling. They're 23rd now in the power play, 24th in goals for. So that's not good. And the Coyotes, they notched another W on Saturday when they played Detroit. Ryan Dzingel with a shorthanded goal. And then, that was late in the third. And then another shorthanded goal by Clayton Keller won the game. That's 2 wins in the last 3 games and a shootout loss to Columbus. Pretty impressive in the last 3 games. This is the first of 3 games between these two. Money line plus 180 for Arizona. Visiting dog 2.8 and minus 220 for LA or 1.45. Really heavily favored, this LA Kings team. I don't know if they're going to be a little... I don't know. It's a tough call. LA should win this game, but Arizona, no one would have thought that they played the last 3 games the way they did after they started the season the way they did. Visiting dog here, I'm taking Arizona. I'm going to stay with this team that's playing good hockey right now. 2.8 is awesome value. My best bet, I'm going to go Washington. That's what I'm going to do on the money line for my best bet. And I'm going to parlay Chicago and the Rangers. Over, under, I'm going to take an under 6 for that Chicago-Vancouver game. Those are going to be the wagers that I lay. Regular picks, Arizona to beat LA. Washington to beat Seattle. Chicago to beat Vancouver. I'm going to take the Islanders to win their first game in their new arena at home. I'm going to take Calgary to upset Boston. And I'm going to take the Rangers to beat Buffalo. And I'm going to take the Minnesota Wild to beat the Tampa Bay Lightning. That's what I'm going to do for Sunday. I'm going to enjoy some football, watch some hockey, and have a relaxing Sunday. I hope everyone has a great end to the weekend. Good luck with your picks. Thanks for watching. Talk soon.